Podcast. You know what we call it up in this bitch, OverSnatch. All right. So we up in here, we chilling. We're going over the how we feel about the new patch. Because last week we talked about the patch notes. This week we're gonna actually talk about in depth how we feel about the gameplay. So let's get down to it. The ranking system, I hate it because I lost so many times. I've lost so many ranks. I feel like I lose more points than I gain points. I don't know if it's the same. I feel like it's the same in before the patch. But yeah, how do you guys feel about it? Go.
All right, so
I like it.
I don't know. Should we introduce ourselves? I'm gonna introduce myself. My name is Humongous. This is the OverSnatch. This is the OverSnatch podcast. We should probably mention this because we didn't mention it last time. That the name of the podcast is OverSnatch.
I said OverSnatch.
Did you actually say it? I didn't hear you. Okay, now Josh, you were talking, so I'm gonna let you finish. Just wanted to.
Well, I'm Josh. Lax Workout Flow. Lax. I got a couple different names. I like the skill rating so far. Right now, I'm platinum ranked. I'm hearing silver is around the average, so a little above average. So I kind of know what I'm talking about. I like it. I think it is a lot better than 1 through 100 because I didn't understand 1 through 100. How can so many people be?
It does feel like you're moving up in rank a lot more now.
Because
you actually feel like you're moving up instead of because when it was 1 through 100, it felt so slow and all that.
I didn't know the difference between a 55 and a 56. How big of a difference is that?
Yeah.
But I feel like you can easily tell where you are between a bigger scale. I think that's just a good idea. I do agree with that.
So I don't mind the bigger scale or whatever. I do mind, however, that before when you used to win or lose, your points would be shown on screen and show it go down and show it go up. They don't do that anymore. They don't show you your points going down or up. They just give you a number, and then next game you play, they just give you another number. So if you're at 2200 and you won or lost, and you were at 1950. But, if you're in the 2200s area and you're, not sure how many points you have, the 2230 or whatever, and you get 2250, you're not really paying attention. And it's also at the end, I think the way they have it now is they have it, the game, they show the MVPs or whatever, where you, vote who did, the best or whatever. Then they show level, your experience going up. Then they show your competitive points. I think what they should do is they should do level at the end, experience points at the end, and have competitive points first, then do the MVP system, then do the MVP voting thing, and then have experience at the end. Since you're playing ranked for the actual ranked and competitive points, that's the most important. And I'm not paying attention to my points too many times because we play the match and we usually leave by the end of when it shows the competitive points because it takes so long to come up. We're just trying to play games really quick.
Yeah.
So
I would love for that change.
That'd be really good. And again, there's so much points that I don't keep track of. 2200, I get lost if I have 2250, if I have 2230. Me and Ali both ranked gold, and I don't know how many points I have right now, but we are going up. But I do like it. I just think they need to implement that change.
So yours is just basically clarity with an actual thing you can see, a physical thing you can see changing. Yeah. And then just put in the ranking first because we usually do leave early before we even look at it because that's a long ass time to wait.
You know that map where we played? See how they took out sudden death? Remember that map? If you went past 2 minutes, you got under 2 minutes, and you guys both have one more chance to push it as far as you can in 2 minutes.
Oh
they took
yeah.
It out, and I'm pissed that they took it out.
I like that. I like that.
If you had 18 seconds, you have 18 seconds to push. That's it.
Yeah, I like that.
It's stupid. I don't know.
So when we were playing, we had one match where we actually had the new change that they implemented, which was they got rid of sudden death and they put in this new thing. I still don't understand how it works. I'm still very confused about it. But basically, we got the same amount of time. It was 1 minute 30 seconds both teams got. And
2 minutes. If you had under 2 minutes that you pushed it, it would automatically go back up to 2 minutes, and the other team had whatever time they had. But now
that's how it used to be, yes.
Yeah, now it stays where you're at. So you have 18 seconds left, and you got the last point. You have 18 seconds to push it as far as you can.
I think that's fair because what you did in the game reflects at the end. So I think it is fair. If a good
But
team,
sometimes
does
the
good.
team clicks in at the end. That's when they start clicking in the chemistry and all that. Like you start off bad, then in the end you guys start picking up everything.
Yeah, it's very true, especially when you're playing with randoms. Not everybody's
Yeah.
playing with a full team. You don't get that chemistry, and you can't fill in the gaps. Like a lot of people are, they insta lock the wrong heroes at the beginning, and then they switch to everybody fills in the gaps, what's missing. So I do agree with Ali there, but I kind of like that because you actually gotta put in work, and just in
That's
case
true.
you get the
Yeah,
end.
I can see the argument for and against it.
I like it solely because a good defense means they don't get extra time. So like if you did hold them back, so there's only 15 seconds left, they don't get a benefit of having more time. I think it's good for the defense because defense is already a little bit harder than attack.
Yeah,
So-
all right. So let's go over the hero changes. So
We gotta go over the
first up-
maps. We gotta go over the maps first.
Okay.
The
Oh,
new
the
map,
one map.
the new map, and then the map. Gibraltar removing
First point. Oh,
the
yeah.
first point.
Yep.
So which one do you
New
guys want
map,
to talk about?
The new map, I like it. I like it a lot. I still need to get used to it because I don't know all the spawn points and like the workarounds. Because I've seen people coming out from different directions when I'm like on attack and people are defending, and I'm always wondering where the hell they're coming out from. So I still need more time with that.
I agree. I like the new map a lot actually. It's just I need to learn it. I've only played it once or twice, not very much. I don't know if it's been implemented in ranked since the beginning, or if they just added in like 2 days ago because I have not seen it till like 2 days ago. Good map. I really do like it.
It's been in the ranks since the beginning.
Has it?
Yeah.
So
But
I
that's
probably played the map the most out of these guys. The attacking section is really there's only one way to go in, and there's only one choke point, and there's like sides there's like rooms on the sides, but they always meet up at that same checkpoint. You can't. So if you're only defending that one checkpoint, and you're attacking through that one area, that in my opinion kind of sucks. There's no other way to get around. Characters like Diva and Reaper, they can't get around the map, so it's harder for flanks. And I don't like that about the first section. The first section is the most I've seen. The second section is a lot better in my opinion. It's like once you get past the little town area, you get into this section where it's like outside, and then you hit the bridge. That section is really cool, and then the actual inside of the castle it's a really close quarters map except for the second segment of the map. It's a cool map. Just the first section is super close quarters. Third section is super close quarters. So keep that in mind. Second section is where a lot of the more long range characters and explosive characters actually can excel, like Junkrat and stuff like that. Junkrat in particular would probably do really well in the first and third segment. The second segment is like pretty much everyone else, like Hanzo and stuff like that. They're gonna have an easier time on the second segment. Farah too. So I just wanted to point that out because
The middle of it's very open. It has that whole bridge where everyone can fall
Yeah.
off. It's kind of neat.
I like
like
it.
I
I like
said,
that.
I haven't
I
played
like
much.
the direction. I
yeah,
like the art in it. It's pretty cool looking too.
it's definitely a nice looking map. I just like that dynamic of close quarters, then long range, then close quarters. I think that's really cool.
I feel like it's a real small map too. I feel like it's real small.
Oh, it definitely is. Yeah,
It's short. Like when you push the payload, it's like it don't take that long to get to the other point, to the last point.
I really just like the character maps. Like the maps are dedicated to certain characters. I really like that. I like the lower themed maps. I think they're just sweet.
I hope they have like a pirate map with like the Torbajornos, you know?
Or,
Have like a
Torbajorno.
have a map dedicated to him and Junkrat where there's like traps everywhere. Like I wish they add elements like if you step on something it'll be like a trap or something like that. Like environment.
That's too
environment
crazy.
map.
I don't like
They
environment.
can add it like a game mode, like Lucio Ball. They can add like a game mode.
See, I'm fine with that because that's not like, but like in ranked, I don't want anything like external.
Yeah,
There's already enough bullshit
I don't
going
want there to
on.
be any RNG deciding to
Imagine
win.
shooting a chandelier and just falls and kills people.
No, no.
Not for me. Not
Okay,
for
custom
me.
games. I'm gonna put a word in for Blizzard for custom games for that.
Okay, you let them know. Ali.
Yeah, that's all you, Ali. We'll keep playing ranked.
All right, so on to Watchpoint Gibraltar. I don't really notice a difference.
I noticed a huge difference. I feel like it's easier now that they got rid of that first segment for attacking and defending. So defending wise, it used to be like super difficult. Like that first point, getting it around the corner, it used to be super hard. Now it just feels a lot more easier overall because you have so much more like you can work with, and that your team can post up better. I just think the map is a lot more better getting rid of that first point, both attacking and defending wise.
I agree that it was a good idea to take it out. but I don't really notice a huge difference.
Yeah,
I think I just think the checkpoints were too close to me getting. Gameplay wise, I think it's very similar, but I do think it was a healthy direction to take.
Also, the time. You know, when you get the points with the payload, it's always different every single time. I never know like how many times you're gonna get the time bonus.
I think it's different for every map. I'm not 100% sure.
Yeah, I think it is different for every map.
I know the faster you capture, the more time you get, but I think it's like set to a certain time of how fast you
get.
It is
a map. It is a map. Because I remember I seen a patch or something about that, but it's weird. I don't know. I don't like that. I wish there was all set for every map.
Like 2 minutes for every point, no matter what map.
Yeah.
No, because some maps are shorter. Like Temple of Anubis, that map is super small.
Yeah. Sure.
So
that's probably why.
some maps have payloads too, so you have to slow yourself down for the payload.
I honestly don't know the name of any of the maps. The only one I know is Gibraltar. So when you guys talk about maps, I don't know what's going on.
I only know 3 maps too, with my name, but they all look so similar. Oh yeah. So let's talk about heroes. How do you guys feel about the ultimates? I hate it.
If you do a bad ultimate, and you die, your ultimate's gone.
Gone. You don't get the 50% anymore. You don't get
nothing.
You get nada.
I had like 2 instances where this happened to me. I was Roadhog, and I used my ult, and someone killed me right when I had, like, you know how he like does the animation where he puts the thing into his gun.
Yeah.
He did that and he killed me, and I still had my ult. I think I had probably 60%. And then I had another time where I was playing Reaper, and I went behind the Bastion and I did my ult. He killed me while I had some shots off, and I had I think I had 40%. So I think it's still strange how they do it, and I'm not too sure.
It's the same exact thing as it used to be. It just drains super fast now.
Yeah, it drains much faster now. So
I remember it's 0.25 seconds instead of 1 second. So if you die instantly, you'll still get some back, but literally instantly,
Yeah.
Yeah, but I do like that. I think that change is it's actually good. So
I hate it because sometimes you're in a moment, then suddenly someone comes from behind you out of nowhere and then fudges you up. But I get it if you're ranked, if you're a skilled player, it's not gonna affect you as much.
Yeah. If you have a bad ultimate, I think you should be punished for it.
Yeah,
which
true.
I think that's what they were trying to aim for when they did, because you could bad ult before, and you could still have 50% of it when you were rezzed or respawn or whatever.
Well, yeah. Now to the heroes. D.Va's first. I don't notice that much of a difference, to be honest.
You were complaining the first day.
The first time.
No, the first day.
Straight crying.
But then I don't notice that much. Well, yeah, I don't notice it that much. I would love to have it where it recharges fast, but I'm still always moving around and all that, so I'm always in spots where I'm not using my shield all the time, so it still respawns. But yeah, I understand if someone just holding it, trying to be like a Reinhardt, they just try to block everything from hitting them. Let's say the Egypt map, and you know how that choke point. Usually there's a Reinhardt that blocks all that damage. But yeah, other than that, I don't see a big difference. It's not gonna kill D.Va off.
I don't think see D.Va anymore. A lot less often. I don't think she's as broken. She's harder to play now. She has a higher skill ceiling.
True.
Her shield was the most annoying thing ever.
It really was.
And I'm so glad that they actually did something about that. Like Josh was saying, I do see less D.Vas. Before it was D.Va every single game.
Every single game.
Every single game, somebody would have a D.Va. So I'm so glad to see less D.Va.
Me too. I agree.
I feel like now it's a skill move now. You have to know when to use it.
Yeah, I think you have to.
It's gonna take a long time to recharge.
Yeah, I think definitely that now D.Va actually has a skill. You have to actually know what you're doing. Before you could just have that shield up and you're fucked regardless.
It'll just regenerate immediately. You put it down, it's up, ready to go in half a second. It was ridiculous how often it was up. But I love not seeing D.Va anymore, personally.
I agree
Same
with
here,
that.
but I want to be the only D.Va in the world.
Abir, your fan is going crazy right now.
Oh yeah, my boy KTV. Yeah, we're talking about the patch recap. So we talked about it last week. We're recapping what happened. What's going on?
So the next hero is that young boy Hanzo. All right. Let's go with you, Josh, first.
I see a lot of Hanzo. I don't know if he's actually better though.
Yeah, I feel like it's hard to get headshots.
I think Hanzo he's pretty much the same as he was before. But if you're good with Hanzo, like all 3 of us are, you're good with Hanzo. You do good for your team. If you're not a good Hanzo, you're literally being the same Hanzo. I think you guys said that Hanzo was going to be the most defensive hero.
I thought so, but I changed my mind. We'll talk about that at the end.
I liked him as offense. I use him as offense.
That's what I was saying. Me and Ali play him attack Hanzo. I think attack Hanzo is great. I think he's even better.
Unless if someone like the way Josh plays him, he plays him like defensively, where he shoots from far away and just gets a lot of kills. And then that's on offense. I feel like, especially on points where you have to hold a point, I feel like you should be always in the point. You have to be good up close and far away.
Yeah, I play. I'm not really good at I can close range. I just prefer to do long range. I just feel like I do a lot more.
Yeah, I think Hanzo excels since his buff. He excels. He excels now at like close range. I do want to say something, and I don't know if they did anything with his. Me and Josh were actually talking about this, about his scatter shot arrow. When you actually try to think about it and okay, I'm gonna place my scatter shot here, and it's gonna bounce off this wall, and it's gonna hit them. When you do that, it doesn't hit. When you just randomly just launch the arrow, you somehow get a kill. It triggers me so much.
Yeah, whenever Reinhardt has a shield, I try to aim for on top of him on a building, so to bounce back at him.
It'll go this way.
Yeah, it never works out.
So
it's random RNG bullshit.
I don't know how the trajectory works.
I don't think it's unhealthy to have a skill shot on a sniper that pays to be inaccurate. Like in a 1v1, if you get close to him and he just misses the shot but gets the scatter shot at your feet, kinda, you die to it often. I don't think a sniper should have a skill shot that is benefited for being inaccurate. That's just my own personal opinion, but
no, I like it. I definitely like it.
That's only if you get hit by a lot of them. If you get hit by a couple of scatter shots.
Yeah, but if you're close range with Hanzo indoors, you're fucked. He can literally turn to the right, hit a wall, and you're dead.
If you hit in the body and up, it's automatic death.
I don't think Hanzo should be more effective than a Tracer at close range in a close room like that. I think Tracer should have a
unless his arrow hits him in the head. Yeah, that's the only time where I would agree. But
the scatter shot, if you hit it near a Tracer's feet, insta dead, 150 HP, easy peasy, no problem at all. Even 200, you'll one shot him sometimes. I don't know. I don't think it's healthy, but that's just me.
I just don't like the trajectory of it. I don't mind the damage of it. I think it has some sort of damage multiplier too, because I think the more arrows that you hit, the more damage increase.
Yeah, no, definitely.
So I just don't like the trajectory aspect. I think they need to Blizzard needs to do something about how the angling works specifically, because when you do try to angle it, and it goes fucking the complete opposite way of what you were actually thinking was gonna happen, and that's a little, I don't know what's going on there.
All right, so now to Lucio. Let's amp it up.
Genji.
Oh yeah, Genji. Watch.
I think he's the same.
Genji.
I don't think Genji changed much. He's again like Hanzo.
I think he is worse, but
yeah, he is worse. But a skilled player is still good with him.
The only people I see play Genji right now are the people that insta-lock it at the very beginning, don't do well,
and switch,
and just do nothing all game. They don't switch. They stay on the Genji the entire game. It's rare to see a good Genji now. Genji, he still has potential to be very good. He still has a very high skill ceiling. Yes, that is still very high. It's even higher now because his abilities are shorter. But Genji is one of those heroes that will always be good solely because of deflect.
Oh yeah, I wish they changed something up with that where it actually affects Torber's Ornal's turn it.
Turn it.
Yeah, it doesn't affect him that much, because the turret is always automatic. It doesn't really, when you deflect it doesn't really shoot back at the turret.
Yeah, the thing about it though, Genji's deflect is the best basic skill in the game. There is no other better basic skill. When you have an ultimate that can, if a Zarya ults him and he deflects it, it becomes on your team. The same thing with Mei. A whole bunch of stuff. It's crazy. Yeah, you can deflect Mei ult, you can deflect Zarya ult, you can deflect anything pretty much.
Damn.
You can deflect Reinhardt's hammer. What?
Yeah. So when I used to be a Genji main for a cool minute, if you deflected and Reinhardt was hitting you, you can deflect his hammer, which doesn't make sense, but I mean it's there. So
yeah, it's deflect is just such a good skill. He will always be good solely because of that, unless they make it 0.25 seconds.
Also, I love that now he gets trapped. If he ever does a quick melee attack or anything like that, When
God
he dashes
bless.
through the trap. You know,
Papa
I've
bless.
noticed that traps are so good now. Like if you have a class that has a trap, it's so good because they can't dash through or anything like that. It's pretty good.
I agree. But let's move on to Lucio.
The decreased movement. I noticed it a lot, but Lucio still gets picked. But I still notice a lot that it's been slower for us to get back to the point. But
I noticed it, but I don't think it's a huge deal.
yeah,
I didn't even notice it. I think
Yeah,
I
like-
feel like he's the same.
It's such a small difference. I know it's at 30%, so it seems huge,
yeah.
but you're still flying faster than someone that
Oh, yeah.
doesn't have Lucio speed buff. So it feels like a lot. It's still very quick. I think he's still a very good pick.
Oh yeah, I always see him top pick healer. So McCree.
McCree change, it's literally what we talked about earlier, where his ult drains quicker. No real big difference unless you get a shitty ultimate. If you get a good ultimate, it's still amazing. If you have a bad ultimate and you hold on to it, you don't get any of it back. I don't think.
Yeah, you can't mess that up. Like especially with McCree, he's the one hero you can't mess up your ultimate. If you have a bad ultimate, you're screwed because you're gonna go back down to 0.
Yeah, I like it. It definitely makes a difference. And if you get unlucky or something, if your team aces them, but I don't know. I don't think it's like worth really talking about because it doesn't really change much.
I have noticed that McCree players now they use their ult a lot faster. I don't know if they're not used to. I don't know if there was a time change in the actual when the skull symbol shows up, but I have noticed that McCree players now they just like do the ult and then they don't even wait for it. They just like shoot it off. So I don't
It
know.
goes away so fast because it even drains it like by time going away.
So maybe that has
Yeah,
something to do with.
Because you used to be able to wait the whole thing out and you get 50% back no matter what if you just didn't use it. But now you go to 0. So if you don't use it, you lose it. That's how it is now. You used to don't use it and you have half still, but not anymore.
So now May, I feel like she got a big buff. I've seen her a lot more
Fuck
now.
May. I hate everything May's
May,
doing.
like I'm loving it. I was playing her the other day. I was gonna be a May main for a while, bro, but she's a beast. I like her a lot.
I've been using Mei a lot recently. She is definitely one of the better defense heroes. She's her ult is so good now. Like the range increase on its own, and I understand what they meant with the projectile. Before, when you threw that little thing that the ult came out of, it would bounce off of shit. Now it goes through like everything.
Now I
Like
feel like I actually get more people. Like because whenever I used to throw it out, I used to always miss people. That extra 2 meters actually helped out a lot.
makes a huge
Makes
difference.
such a big difference. Such
yeah.
a big difference.
So I think Mei is the best defensive hero. Like I said last time.
Yeah.
And yeah, so that's pretty much that.
So
I
let's go on.
don't really play May, but I do think she is super strong right now. She is
Oh,
in a
yeah.
very good spot.
And then now to the healer, Mercy. How do you guys
Every
feel?
single play of the game, Mercy res. Every single
yeah.
time. I just want to get that out of the way. It's so annoying when she gets a 2 or 3 person revive every single game and that's play of the game. It's just frustrating. But she super popular right now. I think she's in a good spot. That 20% healing per second, so good for her.
Her and Reinhardt combos are deadly. I've
I
noticed
think-
that a lot.
I think I might like Mercy more than Lucio at this point.
Oh yeah.
Her buff
one
was
got
so
nerfed, one
good.
got buffed.
That I ended up switching and playing Mercy. I never played Mercy before. I think I had like total of 7 minutes before season 2 of Mercy. I started playing Mercy, and she's definitely got way better. But yeah, you do see a Mercy play the game like pretty much every time she gets a
Oh,
res
yeah.
of 3 or more. So
And
which is a
also,
little lame.
I like her ult, where now that they have less time to the downtime when you rest someone, it takes a while
Yeah.
for them to come back alive. I like it that they come back alive faster. So like the speed of it, like that, the pace of action, is pretty much like it doesn't stop, keeps on
Yeah.
going.
You're not involved forever.
Yeah. So Roadhog, I haven't noticed much about Roadhog.
The Roadhog. Oh, Roadhog had that hook thing that we were talking about. It
yeah,
is.
the line of sight.
I don't know
noticed
what it meant or whatever. I've been playing a shit ton of Roadhog also. I'm still getting hooks behind doors and stuff. So I think sometimes I don't know how to explain it, but like I did have a game where I did hook somebody and I hooked them and they went behind the wall, and when I went to pull them up, they didn't come to like straight in front of my face.
That was a change where it just stops where they are if it was a line of sight.
Okay,
Like,
so
if
I
they
guess
got
that's
in
the
front of
thing.
you,
But it
stops
still
where they are.
happens. It still happens. Like you still pull
Yeah.
them to you. It's just I guess Sometimes it happens, sometimes it doesn't. Because I did notice it that one time, but pretty much every other time when I got a hook across a wall, I still got them. I still brought them to me.
From what I read, I haven't played any Roadhog, so I have no experience. But from what I read, they didn't actually change how the hook works. They just changed how the person being hooked sees it when they're being pulled through a wall.
Oh.
Oh. Okay.
So, I don't know how true that is. Like I said, I haven't played any Roadhog. I haven't been hooked too many times. I haven't played a horrible amount. I played a good amount, but I haven't been hooked enough times to actually see how it works. Yes.
Yeah, same here. I haven't seen any difference. It's not that big of a deal to me. I don't know. What do you guys think?
Like I said, since I haven't really seen it, and that's what I've read, I think it's healthy to be able to see what's going on when you're getting hooked through a wall.
Yeah.
I just think knowing what's actually going on and not some false reality is a good thing.
All right, so let's move on to Soldier. Josh, I'll let you take this one away.
Soldier. So what they did was they made it so his burst firing is more accurate because it has for the nozzle to go down, it's a shorter time. Healthy change if you know how to burst fire and you actually aim like that. If you just fully automatic the entire time, no change at all to you. So it really is only for good soldiers that use burst fire.
How do you feel? Do you feel like you got a buff? Do you feel like it's better?
A major buff. I mean, it's
I know you've been playing them a lot.
It only matters if you burst fire. So if you are burst firing, it's a buff. If you aren't burst firing, it's the same exact thing. Nothing changed.
Alright. What about you, Abir?
I still play Soldier the same, like a scumbag. I just full auto. I have been bursting a lot more, and it does make the difference. It was just straight buff for Soldier. I think it makes Soldier players better. And Soldier players were always that average. It was either a really good soldier or you're just an average soldier. I think now it's easier to be a better soldier, but if you're burst firing, I think respectively you should be a better soldier. So I just think it's another like skill thing where you learn the skill, you get better. So play better.
I've seen a lot more soldiers now, and I've seen I've seen a lot of soldiers like actually carry the game and like save the day. Like I've seen a soldier stand in the back line and start shooting everyone and start getting their ult and start going crazy.
You know, his ult's still incredibly good. I think Soldier's just in a good spot. He's kind of tanky. He has a team AoE heal. He has good damage. Everything about him's good. He has no cons to him. That's the thing about Soldier.
Yeah. And then let's move on to Zenyatta.
Abir, that's all you.
Zenyatta. Okay, so Zenyatta, his Discord orb not having it does make the difference. Or not having the strength of it does make the difference. He's still a beast. First time I played him, I didn't really play him for that long. I've actually played him a lot more. He is he's heavily nerfed now. And another thing is that before, if you took damage as Zenyatta so a lot of the healers, they have this thing where they heal themselves if they're healing other people. Mercy has this, and Zenyatta has this. I don't know how Lucio's work. Well, Lucio heals himself with his AoE heal, and then Anna, she has to heal herself with her ability, so she does not have that. Yeah. So Zenyatta, Mercy, and Lucio have their own types of self-healing. With Zenyatta's healing now, I don't know if they mentioned this or something like that, but before you could heal someone that had full HP, your health would still go up. Now, it doesn't happen so now what happens is, let's say I have like 60 health and I need to heal, I'll put it on someone that needs healing and my health still won't go up. There's like some sort of cooldown period of when he starts getting health back, and how much the healing orb has on the actual person, like how much healing you're doing to the actual person to where the Zenyatta gets his health back. I don't know what kind of metrics they're using now, but before it used to be insta, like you get heals, like you start getting your health back as soon as you have a healing orb on another person. Now I don't know if this is just me, like not paying attention to the game long enough to like notice this, but I don't know, I just feel like this is new and I've never noticed this before. He's still the same, except he just got nerfed. So he's still a great hero. It's just that his Discord isn't as good as he used to be. So
I didn't know because he has a shield. He doesn't have health or armor. I thought he just regenerated. I think it's after 3 seconds that he just starts regenerating his shield. I'm not sure. I don't really play Zenyatta, so I don't know how it worked before, obviously. But that's what I assumed.
It used to be health. I remember it is health. I'm pretty sure it's health because the blue is shield, and I don't know.
I think he only has 25 health and he has 175 shield, right? Or am I wrong? I could be wrong. I know he has majority shield though.
Yeah, I think you're right. But well, when I meant by health and shield, I meant like him getting his HP back. Now I don't know which one it was respectively. So don't quote me on the actual like if it's health or shield. But I just remember his HP thing would go up if you were healing someone. Now it's like this cooldown period of like I heal someone, I have to wait like a few seconds, then I get my health back up. Whereas before it used to be heal, and I start getting my health back up. And they have to actually, I believe they have to actually like take damage for you to get your health back up too. I could be wrong about this. I didn't. When I'm playing Zen, I'm not really paying attention to my health as much as I'm paying attention to everyone else's health. So it's kind of harder. And also Zen, you do have to actually be more careful with Zen now. You can't play him before where you can just like kind of take like throw shit out there and then dip out. Now I have to constantly keep myself in check instead of being able to like fire at the actual team. So that is another bad thing because you can't play Zenyatta how I used to like playing him. You got to play more reserved.
Ali's talking to someone in the background, but I think Zenyatta got a huge buff, then he got a little nerfed. So I still think he is in an okay spot, and his ultimate alone is super good.
Yeah, I think I've noticed a lot of Zens. I've seen a lot of Zen more now.
I see him more often now, which is weird.
Yeah, it's like Zen, Lucio, and Mercy. Ana, I've seen Ana a lot, even though she hasn't done anything.
I like Ana.
Ana and Reinhardt, it's killer. It's like, you can't stop it. It's hard to stop it.
Ana and any tank with their ultimate is really good.
Oh, yeah. Well, especially Reinhardt, because it's like, he's already beefy, and making him double as beefy. It's like crazy in my mind.
Alright, so that looks like it's all the champions. So you guys just want to go over who we think is the best offensive, defensive, tank, and support, like we did last time. But now that we actually have a week under our belts.
Oh yeah, let's go. Let's go for it.
I'm best defensive. What do you guys think? I'm going May.
Let's start offense first. Let's go left to right.
Offense? I'm going Hanzo.
Hanzo is defense.
Still, I use him as offense. Shit.
I agree with him, but if we're talking about offense heroes,
like the actual role,
I think Soldier.
Offense heroes, it'll be Soldier. I'll say Soldier.
Yeah, Soldier's.
Yep. I said Soldier last time. I still think it is Soldier. I think he's just the most well-rounded. He does a little bit of everything.
And defense, I think it's May. I think that's all around.
Like I said last week, I think it's May too. May definitely held it down.
I agree. Once again, she got a huge buff.
Just that little change. It's not even that huge of a buff, like on paper. It just makes such a difference for actual May players.
Like I thought she was slightly OP, just the tiniest bit most OP already, but she just had like her ultimate was kind of bleh. Then her ultimate got buffed, and that 2 meters makes such a big difference. Like it's almost impossible to get out of it if she is even semi-accurate with it at this point. And it just blocks off such a huge area. Like if they're going for a push, you just throw May out real quick. Push denied. That push is not happening.
And
but
then
we got
tank.
We got
Tank?
Diva, Reinhardt, Roadhog, Winston, and Zarya.
They haven't done nothing to tanks, but I still see Reinhardt is the best tank all around. He's like the definition of a tank. And his skin's badass too, so that's a buff to me.
Griefheart's awesome. The other one's okay.
I have the other one. Don't say it's okay, man. It's the best skin ever.
The Shrek one is the better.
Don't go near me, swamp.
I still think Reinhardt. Every successful team for ranked has to have a Reinhardt, which I think is a little lame in my opinion.
Yeah, I agree.
Reinhardt's still on top, and he's probably gonna stay on top unless they do something to him. But they can't do anything to him because if you do anything to that character, I think you're gonna mess up the meta of Overwatch ranked. So I think they're gonna leave Reinhardt alone. If they do something to him, they will probably do something to his swinging cool down time, or his ult. But like I said, they can't really mess with Reinhardt too much. And he's again one of those heroes that's in a spot where he's good if he's good and he's bad if he's bad. So you can't really mess him up, or at least I don't think that they should mess him up.
Pure
Alright.
tank wise, I think Reinhardt's the best. I prefer Zarya though. I think Zarya is a super good tank. I think her barriers are amazing. I think they're so good. And
I
then we
agree
got
with you.
support. I think we're all going to agree on who the best support is right now.
Mercy.
Anna. Okay.
Are you-
It's gonna be Mercy. I said it again last
Anna's
week.
up there. Anna's up there. But Mercy-
I still don't. I think Anna is one of those heroes. One of those heroes where like if your team, we had a game where we had like one of those not sudden deaths. It was like what was it, like the last second or whatever, where like both teams scored and then you have to like score the point again, or whoever scores the point the fastest, whatever the shit it's called. We had one of those games and everybody picked their hero and we had like me be like the wild card, so I picked Anna for the simple fact of her ult. And I feel like Anna is always gonna be that hero where if your team needs like a random hero, or if you're trying to cap something really fast, then you get the Anna. But like as a standalone, like starting up a game as Anna, I don't think she's that good.
She does really good damage for support, and she has pretty okay healing. It just kind of sucks that you have to be in vision of them since she's a sniper. It's kind of difficult sometimes.
Yeah.
Her ultimate's super good though. Her sleeper dart is obnoxious when you get hit by it. You feel like you're laying there for like 15 seconds.
It shuts down ults too, which I think is pretty cool.
All right. I think that's it for everything.
It is.
I'm excited for the season. I haven't been playing that much as I usually play season 1 because WoW came out. I've been addicted to WoW. You guys hate WoW, but yeah. So we're gonna do this podcast bi-weekly. It's the podcast called OverSnatch. Subscribe, like, comment. It'll be on
Wait.
Josh's and Abir's YouTubes.
Not bi-weekly, weekly.
We're gonna do it weekly.
Weekly, yes.
All right, we could do weekly. We could do weekly. So we're gonna do it weekly. We're gonna have special episodes when patches come out, and special like say new map or anything like that, or like BlizzCon or anything like that. So we'll have special episodes for those. So yeah, we'll have everyone's information in the description, their Twitter, YouTube, and all that. If you want to give them a like, comment, subscribe, and thank you guys for tuning in. And peace.
That was Overwatch. It's OverSnatch.
Oversnatch these nuts in your mouth, shit.